Yeah, I think honey is a bit underrated. You know, it doesn't have that many purposes, but the ones that it does have are pretty cool. They work with redstone, the honey bottle removes poison and only poison, and the honey blocks are one of the few blocks where you can't really jump, so it's good for a trap. Today I'm going to show you a honey factory that I built that produces a lot of honey and a honey farm that you can build without a lot of resources. So here you can see a honey made building. This is the honey factory, but before showing it to you, let me tell you how we can automate honey. Also, if you are wondering where I am, maybe don't try to throw an ender pearl into a beehive if you have the Bumblezone mod installed. If you didn't know, these are beehives, and bees make honey in there. When it does have honey, it changes texture and you can extract it with a bottle. The bees will be angry, so we need to place a campfire below the beehive so they don't be angry. Sorry, I won't make more bee jokes. Well, these blocks named deployers can imitate player interactions. So if we give it a bottle, it will extract the honey with the bottle. But now we need a way to extract the honey bottle from it, and we have two options: brass funnels or smart chutes. Both have a filter, so we can place a honey bottle in it and it will do the work. So, okay, we now have a way to extract honey automatically from the beehives. Oh, but before continuing, we will need to place flowers and honey blocks so the bees can extract nectar from somewhere. Oh wait, I remember something. What would a bee zombie be called? I think a great name would be Zombie. Did you get that? Because bee is bee and zombie. So now we need to find a way to automate the glass bottles. We can get glass by smelting sand. We can get sand by crushing gravel, and we can get gravel from crushing stone. We can have the smallest cobblestone generator, and that should be enough. So something like this we had to have done. Here I have a smelting system, and now let's make the crafting system. We need to craft 3 glass into bottles, and I actually didn't know how I would do this. You see, to make bottles we need to place them like this. The problem is, to connect the mechanical crafter together, it needs to be together. Until I found an item called crafter slot, or something like that. And if we place a crafter shaped like this, and place a vault up here, and the crafter slot, it will craft it without this slot, which is nice to know because I really needed a way to do it. So now after doing every system, let me teach you how you can do a honey farm. Yeah, you think I'ma leave you without an easier way than this to make an infinite honey? This farm is so small, and here are the materials needed. First, we need to go up some blocks and make a small cobblestone generator, the one with water and lava and a mechanical drill. We will need to place some blocks so the water doesn't flow out. In between that, place a chute in the middle where the cobblestone is going to be created so we can pick it up. Then place a 2-block mechanical belt below the cobblestone generator and extend it 3 times. Now place 2 pair of crushing wheels facing to the ground. Just like this, because we need to crush the cobblestone and gravel to turn it into sand. That's 2 crushes. Also, here in the end, place a depot so the blocks that reach the end don't go away. Then on the side, place a mechanical fan facing to the depot, some blocks, and lava to smelt the glass. Then you can place the smart chute with a glass filter below the depot. Then right on the same block, but down, place a hole with lava to burn the useless items. Down here below the chute, place a 2-block belt going down, and after, place a 4-block mechanical crafter in the shape below this belt and besides the one that you just placed. Place a crafter slot in the crafter up here and 2 shafts above it. We'll come to that later after placing a brass funnel in this belt to the crafter, and don't forget to connect them with a wrench at the back. Now you can create a build up here and make it as big as how many deployers you have plus 1. For example, if you have 4, you place a 5 block build. Just telling you if you didn't know math. You can make the honey farm bigger if you wish, but you'll need more resources. Place a depot at the end of the build and place a line of chutes plus deployers right below it. Even the depot. 1 block to the side plus a line of beehives or bee nests and plant some flowers near it. If you are rich and want to do it, you can place some honey blocks around. To finish this part, place a line of smart chutes below the deployers or brass funnels facing down. And a belt with a barrel at the end, and another yellow funnel. Place 2 cogwheels going out from the last deployer and place a line of shafts until you can connect it to the crafter with a cogwheel. Place a shaft in this belt block and a vertical gearbox to connect it to the crushing wheel. Then up here place 2 gearboxes connected by a shaft above them. Then place again a shaft here and a vertical gearbox in each side of the belt to connect it to both of the crushing wheels missing. Then on this crafter place a cogwheel and a gearbox to connect it to this belt. And from this side place 2 shafts and 2 engaging drives to connect both belts together. Grab some power from this gearbox to connect it to the fan with ECDs and shafts. By the way, ECD stands for Encased Chain Drives because I am tired to say that block's name. Then finally connect this crushing wheel to the belt at the bottom of the farm. Place 2 cogwheels to connect both gearboxes. And you can now power the machine from the very first cogwheel that you place in the farm. Oh, and also replace the shaft up here with a gearbox to make the fan spin correctly. And now you need to bring 3 bees to every beehive. That's the maximum and the best number where the farm works really good. If you want and feel like the bees can escape, place a glass blocks around the flowers. But wait, I just thought of a good name for bee. Why don't we just spell bee? Now when you said the alphabet, you just think of B when you reach B. You know what, never mind. One thing that I like about this machine is that it can run at any speed, and it won't be that much affected by it. Sure, max speed is faster, but if you don't have the biggest honey farm, you can run it at 30 or 60 speed. Okay, now I am done, and you are done. I'm going to show you what's inside of the honey factory. So, in the first floor, we can see the honey production. The bees will pick up the nectar and then will go into the beehives. The beehives fuel the honey and the honey goes down here into storage. Pretty clean room except for the massive amount of brass funnels. Then on the second floor we have a whole system to make the bottles. And also a steam engine. Now I won't go over all of this. There is a lot of unnecessary stuff here and I know it. But it's basically the same as the explanation I gave you. Now, one thing that I want to tell is that there is way too much honey being produced here, and it is a big difference. And the third floor there is just a bunch of honey. Well, I think that's all. I am now gonna be eating honeyed apples for the rest of my life. Thank you for watching this video. The schematic of the honey farm will be on my webpage 3zkmc.com as always, and don't forget to like the video. Oh wait, before you go, I thought of another bee joke.